Hey, how's everyone doing? Well, today I've got some really nice rocks that I want to share with you. Now, these rocks I've been calling Native American warriors when I find them, are similar rocks. And I've been putting these aside because I said to myself, these are not Native American warriors. They may be warriors, but they're not Native American. Now, I believe these are people that visited the New World, whether it be the Romans, the Vikings, the French, the Spanish, all of them could be a possible candidate for being portrayed on these rocks. Now, I believe these are soldiers wearing helmets. Now, I've been doing a lot of research, and I've been finding in medieval times, the Spanish conquistadors, the Romans, they all wore helmets that resembled these types of carvings. So, and just before I start, on video 57, there's a rock that's on the front cover of that video. I called that rock a Native American warrior. I don't believe it's a Native American warrior. That's a Spanish conquistador. When you look at that rock, video 57, it's the rock that's on the video, the opening thumbnail. That rock is a clear indication that it's a helmet from the Spanish conquistador times. Now, these other rocks are all very similar, whether they be Roman or French, Persian, who knows? But let's take a look at them. Now, this first rock, I believe this one's a Roman helmet. You can see the feather that would come down around the helmet right there. This is the forehead of the helmet, and it wraps down around the face. You can see the helmet comes down and it wraps around the front of the face. I believe that's a Roman era helmet right there. And I believe this one is as well. Now you can see the portrait of a face right here. This is a shield that's on the top of the helmet. It's just a small shield that went on top of the forehead. And you can see the shield, the helmet wraps around the face of this rock as well. Now this next rock has the same type of shield on the forehead. Here's the shield it's just on the forehead. And then you have the helmet of the soldier that comes down and it wraps around its face right here. You can see how the helmet wraps around its face. There's your eye and your nose. It's got that same shield as the one before. Now this next rock, you can see he's wearing a helmet, and it comes to a point, and it comes down all the way to the edge of the face. You can see that the face is recessed in there. There's your eye, your nose, and a mouth. And he's wearing a helmet. It comes all the way down, wraps around his face. That's a warrior's helmet. Now here's the same type of helmet. You can see that the top of the helmet comes down and it wraps around his face. Look at the angles on this part that wraps around his face. Again, his face is recessed. There's his eye, his nose, and mouth. That's a warrior wearing a helmet. You could help me out with the nationality. Now here's one. You can see the helmet comes back to a point. There's his eye, his nose, and here's a mouth and his chin. Clear helmet. The edge of the face is sticking out of this bottom of the helmet right there. That's a clear warrior right there. Now this next rock, you can see he's also wearing a helmet that comes to a point, comes down and wraps around his face. Here's the profile of his face, the eye, the nose, and the chin. That's really nice. Now when I flip this rock around, it's also a face. There's the top of the head. Here's your eyes, your nose, your mouth, and chin. And when you look at it like this, it could be a bird. That's the beak. Its head's turned a little bit to the left. The body of the bird. And here's his little tail. But there's a face on both sides of the rock. Really nice. You can see it's clearly wearing a helmet. Comes wrapping around its face. Now here's another one. Wearing a helmet that comes to a point. Helmet wraps around his face. Here's his face that points out. It's a profile of a warrior. We flip this rock around. That's also a profile of a face. You see the eyes, the nose, the mouth and chin. Now this next rock is undoubtedly a prehistoric looking face. Top of the head, you got the two eyes, the big beak. See, the eyes are carved out or drilled out very clearly. Big nose, big beak on him. Let me turn this rock around. On this side right here, you can see there's a face. He's wearing a helmet, and here's his face right through here. Here's an eye, the nose, the mouth, and the chin. Clearly see there's a face. Look at that nose. But when I turn this rock a little bit more, that turns into a helmet with the feathers, just like a Roman soldier. That's the feathers on top of his helmet. Here's the mask, the front of his helmet right here that would come down over his face. Here's the part of his helmet that wraps around the front of his face. That's really cool. That's a Roman helmet right there with the feathers on it. Well, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.